most impressive job week one. Miami going into Denver and winning by 17 in a game that really wasn't that close. Jake the Snake Plummer hurt his thumb last week in a come-from-behind win at Philadelphia. Plummer rolling right. Did the thumb bother him, or was it just Dolphin defense? Zach Thomas, big play, Tom.
Yeah, Zach Thomas was playing the flat. He faded back to the corner of the end zone. Plummer never saw him when he threw the football.
Second quarter tied at 6. Marino is going to dump pass. The ball looked like it was tipped. Rob Frederickson picks it up, and look right here. Boom! Andre Wadsworth clobbered big guy Kevin Gogan. 13-6. The Cardinals on top of the miscue. Cecil the Diesel. Cecil Collins takes the handoff. We've heard a lot about him, Tom. He can move it.
Yeah, and you look at his quickness through the hole. You're going to see another play here. When Cecil Collins gets the football, he is moving forward. Watch him here. Look at the cut, but he stays on the move. He's shearing off the first tackler. That means driving right through him. He has the speed to get into the secondary.
15 carries, 45 yards for Collins. Marino, Detroit, Drayton, 10-yard touchdown. Later in the same drive, tied it at 13. Second half turnovers plagued both teams. Tied at 16. Plummer, flea flicker. But Sam Madison dollies it on an ill-advised throw, sets up a field goal. It's going to be 19-16 Miami. Fourth quarter, same score. O.J. McDuffie, a little tightrope. Hey, I'm going in. No, you're not. Nice play by Tommy Bennett. Kwame Lassiter, the Swami's cousin, recovers for Arizona. But it's Sam Madison with his second dolly of the game. Pig stopping another Arizona drive. Teams combined for 7 turnovers. 19-16 still, under 2 to go. Plummer to Rob Moore. Flag is thrown. Sam Madison.
Yeah, interference call on their cornerbacks, but as long as you're going to play aggressive defense, your corners have to be aggressive on the outside. They're going to get a few of those calls.
3 plays later, Dolphins. Defense comes in. Not a trace left of Jake Plummer because Trace Armstrong makes the sack. 4th down and 26. Plummer just heaving it, hoping. Brock Marion picks it off, and on a day when even Jimmy had his hair flustered just a little bit. Miami now off a big win. Them too struggled, but they get the win on a day in which they didn't play their best. They win it by the count of 19-16 with 4 interceptions. The Cards offense did not score a touchdown.
25 carries in the running game for the Miami Dolphins usually translates into victory. They had 31 today. That's Jimmy Johnson football.
We knew this was going to be an extremely dangerous week. Physically, mentally, it was really difficult for our guys to focus in. On top of that, we were playing a team that was into the second round of the playoffs last year. They've got a talented football team, and they've come a long way from what they used to be a couple of years ago. As I told Vince and again, it's their defense coordinator, I said, yeah, you guys, I mean, they were ready to play and did a heck of a job. As far as our side, you know, we did not play very well, but we played well enough to win. I thought our defense was outstanding and made a bunch of big plays. Offensively, we can't have the 4 turnovers and expect to be successful. We had a problem with some short yardage things, and I think a couple of them can be corrected. And the other thing is we had some penalties. We had 9 penalties, which we got to correct.
Jimmy, in Cecil's first appearance of the season, how do you think he did?
I thought Cecil's first NFL action, I thought he did a heck of a job. He got hit in the backfield a couple of times, and one time on a crucial 3rd down and short, he was fixing his chin strap, and the ball was tossed back to him, and he wasn't quite ready. He's got to understand that Dan will call it on a quick count occasionally. And that's a learning process, though. And when he had an opportunity, I thought he did a heck of a job. Kareem came back in, and he did a heck of a job. So I think we've got a nice combination there, and it's only going to get better. You know, O.J. had a problem. He's got the cast on the left hand and tried to switch the ball over to his right hand because he's got the cast on. That's when the ball got knocked out. And so there were some things that happened, that I think that are correctable and will get better. On a down note, our punter, Brent Bartholomew, has a knee, and so we're going to be taking a look at what we're going to do as far as a punter. But we do have an open week this week, and we'll take a look at bringing somebody in.
How about Dixon?
Dixon had the pulled groin. I don't know how serious it is, but he went out early in the game, and everybody's wondering what we were going to do with those guards with Gogan and Donnelly. It pays dividends to be able to put one of them in there, and so the depth paid off right there.
Jimmy, your assessment of running back by committee to this point?
Well, what we'll eventually get to, I mean, Cecil's not at full speed. Johnson's not at full speed. And so what we're going to get to is we're going to get to two primary backs, one primary back and a guy to spell him. And then we'll have a back for our nickel, and Johnson right now is probably along that line. And so it won't really be committee on our 1st and 10 package. But right now we've got to give him some action. Johnson and Cecil, neither one of them have played. And so unfortunately, since Johnson missed all of preseason and Cecil's missed this last month, we got to give him a little bit of playing time to get him ready.
Did you consider going for it, that 4th and 1, or was it field goal all the way in your mind?
Oh, we went back and forth on the thing, and I thought with the way the defense was playing, it would be good to try to get a 6-point lead, because the way they were throwing the flags out there, I could see them throwing the flag deep and then putting them in field goal position. And so I just didn't want to give them an opportunity for a field goal to tie it. But Olindo kicked a great one against the little breeze that we had out of the dirt, 48 yards, and had a 51-yarder earlier, so I thought he would be able to make that one. But overall, Olindo did a nice job, not only kicking field goals, but also filling in as a punter.
40-yard field goal. Secondary penalties.
I can give you my opinion, but I don't want to be fined, and I'm not going to say anything about it.
What about the play by the secondary against their receivers?
I thought our secondary did a nice job. I thought they did an excellent job. I mean, it's a very difficult, penalty to call, whether or not it's offense, whether or not it's defense, whether or not the defense is doing something to take the receiver out of rhythm. That's a hard call. It's hard on those officials. And, a lot of times when you're playing tight coverage, there's bumping and going along both ways. And so it's a very hard call.
Marino. In sync,
Oh, I don't know what, that Dan was as sharp, as what we would like, but I mean, he came off of a great ball game last week, but there were a lot of different circumstances, and their defense played extremely well.
While you're doing this running back by committee, how are you determining who plays when?
We do it as a staff. I just do it.
I didn't play. I don't think anybody did, but we won the game, and that's the important thing. I think. I've been in many games like this where you just got to hang in there, and hopefully something good will happen at the end. And that's the kind of game it was. And we were making some mistakes, and we were able to overcome those. We gave them 10 points, and I gave them 10 points. We overcame that and won the game. The defense was playing good at the end. Unfortunately, they were turning the ball over too.
What did you see in Cecil's first NFL?
He was running hard. We didn't run the ball as well as we thought we were going to run it.
Dan, on the interception for a touchdown, was it deflected?
Yeah, that was tipped. The other one, I just hit him right in the chest.
Working through this running back by committee, how does that affect what you do or the continuity with your backs?
Well, it doesn't affect a lot, what I do. I mean, I could try to go through my assignments and what we're, I have enough to think about and worry about who's in the game. So, I think Coach John's just trying to get them young guys some playing time so, they get experience for later on in the year.
Not being as sharp, do you think that's because of the short week in Denver?
Yeah, and they got a good scheme, and they have. We knew it going in. They did some good jobs with their zone blitzes, and they caught us some tough things. And what we got to do is just prevent the bad play, and that's what happened today. Is we had a couple bad plays that cost us and put us, in a tough situation at the end of the game. If we eliminate those bad plays, we got a 10-point lead at the end instead of a 3-point lead.
Dan, you are 2-0. The bye week coming up. Is this a bad time to be off?
Nope. After that game, it's good. It's good. All right. Good enough? Thanks.